and putting it in a separate account. I got the bank thing sorted out, and I've also been going to therapy twice a week now. It is hard to be mad at someone who's no longer living, especially someone everyone else in your life is grieving and praising as a wonderful wife and mother. I have asked my therapist if I should tell my kids about what Cynthia has done and what she was planning to do. My therapist cautioned me about this. He said that they just lost their mother, and being told this would be condemning her memory, damnatio memoriae. Maybe now is not the time, but I think eventually would be a good time for my kids to know. Update 1. Some things have happened since last week. To answer some questions, I have gone to the bank and gained control of Cynthia's account, transferring the money into a savings account for the kids. Also, my kids already suspected. Tuesday night, my eldest said she and my son had something to tell me. They sat me down in the living room, and my daughter broke the silence saying, "We think mom was cheating on you." They both said they weren't sure, but it was eating them up seeing me in extreme grief over the past month, and they thought I should hear what they suspected. They brought up how Cynthia was always away, and when she was at home, she would make strange observations about me. Stuff like, "Isn't it weird your dad's working late this week?" As you might have guessed, this was one of those seeds Cynthia mentioned in her document that she wanted to plant in the kids. My daughter said her suspicions went high the week before the accident when she got home from school and saw a strange jacket on the coat hook by the front door. It wasn't any jacket my son or I had, so she was very suspicious about it. I told both my kids that I didn't tell them, but I found evidence on their mom's computer when I was looking for the book she said she was writing. My daughter wanted to see the evidence, but my son said he doesn't want to think or talk about mom for a while. I shared the info with her after she insisted she already suspected her mom and was ready for it. It feels good to now have someone close who can talk to me about this beyond my therapist. Yesterday afternoon, I was home alone when I heard someone jiggling the back door's knob. I went to the door and saw a man I had never seen before trying to use a key on the lock. I told him to step back from the door, and he almost jumped. I opened the door ajar and asked him who he was and what he was doing in my backyard. He introduced himself as John, Cynthia's business partner. He told me that he worked with my wife, and he just got back from a trip and saw Cynthia had passed away on social media. He mentioned that he and Cynthia were starting a business, and they had a business bank account with his investment money stuck there, and he was wondering if I could help him get the business funds transferred over. I looked him straight in the eye and said I had been to the bank, and Cynthia didn't have an extra business account, and I had no idea what he was talking about. John also mentioned that he wanted to check my wife's things for any sensitive business documents. I told him he was a stranger and wasn't welcome in my home, especially since he tried to enter without permission. John looked defeated but said he would consult with a lawyer about his sensitive business documents and business funds. So time will tell what happens.